Hello Marvel Heroes fans and friends of my channel, welcome to another episode of Q&A whereby I answer some of the questions you guys have for me and also share a little bit about my life and what I'm playing these days and so on. So now, together with me, a whole bunch of friends here from my guild, and it's great to have them playing with me, giving me support as well. Alright, so a big shout out to them. And okay, so I always begin this sort of series with a little bit of what's happening with my life or where I come from and so on, just you know, a little bit flavor here. So yeah, I mean, Singapore just had the hosted the Formula One event, which is a motorsport event. For those who are from Europe, probably you are very familiar with it. And it wasn't I who took this picture. I was just watching TV and sort of like do a screenshot of it. And I mean, you know, I don't know whether you guys have watched it or not, but it has been quite an interesting, you know, race for the Singapore race. And by the way, 1 week before this race, we were like monitoring the weather because Singapore was having affected by the fire from Indonesia. This was taken in my office, you know, building overlooking the marina, and it was taken during the afternoon, whereby it should be just bright and shiny, and you know, you can see the whole you know, marina landscape here very much being you know, blocked by all this like fog and so on, haze. And so yeah, but if for those who probably know this track well, you know, we do have a straight line here that go around the esplanade, go through this you know, this part is the fastest part of the circuit, and after that it go through to the Singapore Flyer there, which is very much built for the Formula One. This part is very much like a F1 circuit, but the rest of it is very much like street circuits that go round behind and then come back here through the Parliament and then through the Anderson's Bridge. So it's actually a very, very interesting track. I drove there every day, sort of like part of it. So yeah, it's very interesting. Now, back to Marvel Heroes. A lot of you have been asking what I think about the new artifacts and so on. So I've taken a look at the artifacts. I think some of them are quite interesting. Some of them could be quite like, you know, it's alright. So like the Black Cat in the artifact, I think is pretty interesting for the movement heroes, but you know, it's excellent for a movement hero, put it in this way, because it has both crit and damage and +1 fighting. You know, what's not to love? This one is really to die for, but it's only for the movement heroes, whereby there are many. I mean, you know, Juggernaut maybe, Silver Surfer maybe. You know, you could even do Black Cat. Sorry, not Black Cat. I'm sure Black Cat will be a movement hero. Just my guess. X23 could be a movement as well. So for the movement hero, this is something for you to rejoice. And the for this bodysuit, it's alright. I mean, you know, it doesn't really excite me that much. The health component not that high, and the damage component also not that fantastic. I think even the +2 strength, but it's alright. But whether you like the taunt part of it, up to you. Moment stuff, it's interesting because not many of us really need the ally duration, except probably low key. And also the summon ally damage is not that high compared to some of the you know, newer artifact, and the damage rating cannot be used by the pet, so I'm not sure what's that really for, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So after that, the Pyro's flamethrower on paper is alright. I mean, you know, the only thing that I wish it had was the crit or brutal component that make it more compelling to use, rather than you know, it's just a flat damage. I've got quite a lot of flat damage energy, but you know, but with the burn status, there are some artifacts already have 800 plus burn status. So what is 444 plus you know, another 80 from the energy? I don't know. Okay, Sabertooth Fairy main is the one probably I would love to have as well, because it has a bleed, it has a crit as well. The crit and bleed are pretty good, and the it's something that I always, you know, for bleed heroes, it's quite a number, like Wolverine could be one, X23 could be one. So, and for those who can use the bleed status, I mean, this is really good because it has the damage rating and the bleed rating as well. Now, that concludes my take on the new artifacts, because I know a lot of you are very excited about which one, you know, is good, which one is not. So to me, I'm just interested in Sabertooth, I think. Yeah. So anyway, another question, a lot of you have been asking me the War Machine legendary, because in my video I stated that grade 80 legendary is the X, but people ask what about the crystal. So you know, yeah, so let me show you the numbers first. So from the number perspective, I mean, you know, the crystal is 2% down from the level 80X. So let me go back to the game, otherwise it's a little bit boring, just hear me talk. So when it comes to this sort of, there's nothing really going on right now here. So when it comes to all this theory crafting or the number crunching, it's always the model is very sensitive to what I what I am using today. So it doesn't mean that it would be 100% applicable to you. It doesn't mean that. It just means that in my model, for the baseline kind of like setup, it is actually pretty decent as well. So I mean, the difference between crystal and the X is not really a lot. So what it really means is that whichever we pick is fine. I mean, if you have already picked the crystal, don't change your mind and try to do something different here. So you don't need to do that. I mean so you can stay with the crystal. That's not a big deal. I mean, what is 2%? If you really think about it, sometimes when you crit or brutal, it's already that can throw out of the window. So within that percentage, I'm not really that concerned. But sometimes when I look at all these numbers for so long, for so many times, I sort of like have a feel of what is happening on these numbers. So yeah, my apology if I wasn't really clear on my video on the war machine. Yeah, I know it's an internal joke. I always say the wrong thing. So for the war machine, I would say just stick with the stick with the X. I will. And another good reason why I would stick with the X is because I do treasure the flexibility to be able to switch to another, switch the legendary to another hero as well. Because for Legend 80, legendary, you can't really refund it at full, so you lose about 200 Odima if you sold to something else, like I've changed my mind and it's no longer what I want to be, and you lose that 20%, 20 Odima, 200 Odima just to make a different decision. So I would strongly suggest that I always pick a legendary whereby I know it can be equipped for other heroes as well. So the X is very usable for any hero out there. I mean, any physical hero, the X is really good. For the crystal, the only hero that could really use the crystal is Iron Man, because Iron Man is both melee and range, physical and I try loot here and I can't. Wonderful. And I mean, it's the physical and range. Physical and energy, so so that is probably the only reason why the crystal works for Iron Man. But the good thing about all this exercise is that now I have a better idea that the difference between the best level, grade 80, I mean, on X versus the for hybrid. On the crystal, I mean, it's still up 2% down. So I think the hybrid really need something like the grade 80 power cosmic if possible. So it's something that I've been always passionately asking for, but it's not something that the Gazillion has been like really helping on making that happen. So I mean, that is one thing that I really don't understand. I mean, we have all these nice grade 80 hero, but we don't really have the nice grade 80 heroes for the for the hybrid heroes. So I mean, that is the one that I'm trying to enchant here, because I always running out a little bit on the cash, the credit side. And by the way, these are all my friends from the guild, and they've been playing with me, supporting me in this video. It's great thanks to them. Okay, so that I hope answered the question on the War Machine legendary, a new artifact, and also a great congratulations to those who has passed the Cosmic Gate, and just keep coming back to tell me that your video kind of worked. I'm able to pass the gate. And I'm really thankful that you guys keep me in the loop for all these things as well, because sometimes I've been making all this video, and it's good to have some validation on whether things are really working on the ground or not. Or it's not just my fantasy that things are working. So yeah, big thank you and congratulations to those who managed to get the get it sorted. So for the Cosmic Gate. So yeah, I mean, that is one thing that I know. I mean, it's always the first hero that you find it hard to get through a gate. Once you get the first hero through a gate, you can always farm the gear from the Cosmic Petrol and just give it to another hero as well to help them, as well. And you can always farm the Omega Point in the Cosmic Petrol environment. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty good as well. Let me just go back to my friends here. Okay, so the next thing I'd like to talk about is Mr. Fantastic video that I've just made recently. So yeah, one of you have reminded me that I could actually have more PowerPoints and for my Mr. Fantastic. So I've been doing guides sometimes, and I kind of lose track on whether I've completed all the story reward or not. So thanks for reminding me. So by the way, I mean by right, you should have 165, including a 3-point from Limbo if you do all the story reward. I've got a video on that. And like my Human Torch is not even 100. It's only 150 because I level my Human Torch. I have so much fun leveling my Human Torch when it was first launched. And I didn't really bother to do story. I just did everything on the petrol last time. So it's quite interesting. And let me just get out from here. All right, frame on. And it's very new to me, this whole oh wow, hang on. Maybe I should do an ultimate, huh? Let me see. You guys like the ultimate or not? Just flame on. Not flame on. It's a lot of fire, whatever it is. All right. So yeah. So where was I? So yeah, okay. So Mr. Fantastic, I tell you guys what I will do. I will sort of get all my story point on Mr. Fantastic, and so maybe I post an update. Not on the, not another update video. It's more on the video itself. I'll probably tell you guys what I have used. But basically, if you have extra point, either put into defense or put into the gravitation emitter, which is the vulnerability debuff, but it's very low DPS. But since you have extra points, so why not just put it there? So that's something that you could consider doing, and I will definitely post a screenshot. I'll upload in Steam and then link the screenshot into the video. So if you guys are interested to know how I assign the rest of the Mr. Fantastic point, feel free to check out the description of video later. All right, so I'll spare you guys another pain to watch another video of mine. Okay, now. Also, there was a very good discussion with my friend Herb as well. I mean, I consider him as the really expert when it comes to the Black Cat is below. I consider him as the so everybody's here. I think he's doing Ape as well. Maybe I should just help them out here. So my friend Herb I consider him as an expert. I'm sure whatever he said is golden. So he mentioned that a lot of people's build having the positron as the main spender. Now, I'm looking at number. It doesn't look that great, but I'm sure if you can do it right. I'm sure that you probably can do a good build out of it. And I'm sure. I mean, the reason why so many build up there are asking people to do positron, which is a positron emitter, is the one that roots you for 2 seconds or 1.5 seconds for you to sort of deal the extra damage as a main spender. I mean, and okay, great. I'm trying to root. I can't. And yeah, inventory is always a big issue in this game. I mean, for all these runes that could just go into somehow loot. They should have a rune library or something like that I can just whatever rune that I picked up would just go into there. Okay, let me see. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I'm sure the positron build would probably give you the highest DPS, no doubt, because there are many people talking about it. The collective wisdom should win, and but the reason why I did that was that if you look at my build philosophy, I'm not always chasing after the biggest number. Although my build has to be effective, it has to pass a gate, and it has to do a reasonable job in the raid and so on. But what I always treasure the most is fun to play because I've talked to quite a lot of people. To be honest, I talked to people who are resisting why they're not playing Mr. Fantastic is because they find it too clunky to play. I mean the thing that are just too it roots you here, roots you there, animation here, animation there, and they don't really like it. And I mean, you could have the best DPS out there, but if it is not enjoyable, it's not something that you enjoy playing and so on, no one is going to play it. So that is the motivation of why I'm sharing with you a build whereby it is fun to play, but yet you don't have to sacrifice a lot on the. I mean, of course the DPS may be lower, but it is just as effective. That's how. Of course, if you go to an end game kind of very much access, or maybe later on the red access, whereby your guildie probably would demand that you do something sensible like using a very high DPS, you know, kind of build, then I totally understand. I mean, that could happen. I mean, you know, but for me, in most cases, I would say that it is efficient, and you know, you should always pick a build whereby you enjoy playing. You know, just an effective build, and effective doesn't mean that it's lousy. I mean, you know, you've seen the build that I've got. I mean, I have a lot of fun playing it, and I think a lot of you have a lot of fun watching me play on that one as well. So yeah, okay, the herb is there already, my buddy, but I better catch up. Okay, so now that will settle the Mr. Fantastic feedback and so on, Positron, and the what else I would like to talk about. And yes, I would like to talk about next video, because a lot of you probably tune in to this sort of series to just have an insight on what I'm going to do next. Okay, welcome back, and I had to sort of like you know, stop my video just now because the graphic was getting really bad. I don't know what happened, some bug or whatever. So anyway, I was just talking about the next video I'm going to do is that you know, at first I wanted to do one video on the defense and the defensive stats like some of you have asked for, but then I heard that because they're going to change the way that the defense and dodge are going to work. So I'm thinking of probably delaying until then, but I don't know how long can I delay. So like you know, for all this video, by the way, all these guides and so on, what I usually do is that I ask my wife. I actually have some idea what the storyline is like, you know, it's going to be like, and then I use my wife as like you know, just to get some guidance, like, you know, am I talking the right kind of like detail to the audience and so on. So I've done all these things, and have some idea what to sort of like, you know, create my guide. But then with this news about the about the change in dodge and defense, so I probably want to delay against that first, and then I'll do that video for you guys once I get more news on how they're going to do the change the way the defense and the it's going to work. Alright, so but then if that is going to take too long, I may as well just make the video, because I've got all the storyline ironed out. So that is a video I may or may not do, but the one that I definitely will do is the Human Torch. Now, why Human Torch? Human Torch has gone through his unique a while ago, and I have always enjoyed playing Human Torch, even when he was first launched. I have zero complaint on the Human Torch. I think he's very fast, and I love his visual effect. Sometimes it burned my graphic card like just now, but you know, like, ooh, wow, there's a delay there. But I think, you know, they have done quite a good job in Human Torch. So I'm still experimenting him. So what I've done is that I went in and geared my Human Torch quite fast, because I've got some unique anyway. And and after that, I just put on some blessing, and my legendary was brand new. Now it's rank 2. So I went through the Cosmic Gate. It was a little bit scary for me because I was so not used to playing Human Torch. It's one of those things like, you know, if you have been playing the hero since you know, for a while, then you probably have you know, have a better mastery when it comes to playing that hero for Cosmic Gate. For me, it is like a hero that I'm like haven't touched for like a year maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time since I played Human Torch, so it was quite a scary moment for the Cosmic Gate. But in the end, I kind of like passed it, and he has something. You know, there's one thing I really like is the wall that he has that remind me of the cable that I never have anymore, because, you know, of the specialization that doesn't really allow for that wall. This is the wall, scorching wall I'm talking about, and you can sort of like you know, just not stop the bullet, but sort of like make the bullet less painful for the Madam Hydra wave. So, you know, I got him through all right. So, and the that's quite fun. I mean, I'm really happy that I could sort of like, you know, I usually try to rush a hero through this madness event, because I can then farm some better gear, so I make better video for you guys, because if the gear is no good, the video may not look that great. So yeah, I mean, that's the reason why I'm doing that. And the yeah, so that is one that I would definitely do, Human Torch. Another one that I'm thinking of is I'm thinking of doing a couple others video as well, like team up. So I haven't been doing a team up hero guide for a long time, so I'm probably do one on Deadpool, because I think Deadpool is a lot of people are having Deadpool as a team up. And I would probably also want to so I'm sort of like having a feel, not quite sure which one I should go for. Probably you guys can let me know. I'm thinking of I don't know, loot cage is one that is on the table. Spider-Man is something that a lot of people has been asking. I've been delaying that for quite some time. I don't think they're going to change the Spider-Man anytime soon, so may as well make a build on that. Melee Emerald Force is another one that I promised and I haven't really got around to. So there are some options. Let me know which one you prefer, or you have some requests that I'll try my best to accommodate. But I mean, I do have a couple of criteria whereby I'm hoping that at least they have done the unique review, so that get out. Ooh. Wow, it's sometimes you press a button, it doesn't work like the one that you recuperate. So okay, hang on. Let me concentrate a little bit here. I hate if and you guys should know it by now. And let me just do an ultimate on these guys here. All right, man. There's all the fire, and it's gonna toast my computer. I don't care because I'm Human Torch. Wonderful. So yeah, I mean, these are the couple of things. I want to do a Storm, but then I think maybe I should just wait until Storm has her unique review, and that will be ideal. All right, so that is all I have, and I think I've got everything covered in this video. All the topic I'd like to cover, everything here. Like I've got my cheat sheet. That's why I keep looking down, and I hope we've got a chance to continue having this interaction, playing together. Have a conversation in game, out of game as well. So till the next time we see each other, have fun and good luck with your loot here. May Odin bless you. Bye.